For anyone who's not been, how would you describe Homeside Coffee?
I describe Homeside Coffee as an artisan coffee shop that sort of specialises in the coffee as opposed to the sort of food or anything, because we don't really do it.
An anti-chain coffee shop is how I'd probably describe it. It's not really uniform, the tables are different. It has quirk without wanting to really bring a lot of reference to that word.
Yeah, I would say it's a nice place to hang out, but also yeah, we had to like consider what a chain was and sort of whether we were going to sort of be the opposite of that or whether we were going to be an independent version of that, because we realised quite soon on, didn't we, that like you fall into the chain category without meaning to, so you get the same snack range immediately because that's what you're used to, etc, etc. So it seems to be working alright at the moment.
Where did the idea come from?
The idea was mine, admittedly, stupidly, but
It was.
we both got made sort of like redundant or laid off, as it's as it should be put
term.
when you don't get the money involved in the redundancy. And that was about 3 or 4 months ago, and we just sort of wanted to go self-employed and start to like be flexible for the band mainly. So the coffee shop was sort of like...
We spoke about it like maybe a year ago.
Yeah.
I remember you saying that, I'd love to open a coffee shop, and we spoke about possible premises in Sunderland. And it just sort of all came together when we lost our jobs.
Yeah, we sort of got the opportunity to, we had a space sort of like that was available, that we wouldn't have to sort of like do too much work, you know, to like open it, so we're lucky in that respect. That's where the idea came from, really.
It was Joe, basically.
You touched on, because it fits in nicely with the band, how are you finding it sort of balances?
It's probably harder than we anticipated because it sort of requires at least 2 people to be there at once at the moment. Because if you get busy, it's too much for one. That's what we've found. So probably we're spending more time in the coffee shop than we would like to, I imagine. Like.
Yeah, finding the balance of doing band things outside of the coffee shop is probably hard because you're working effectively a long day, and then you have to find the enthusiasm to be creative and do music after that, which is quite hard. But not really complaining. It's not the hardest of things to do. You just
I think it's like as time will go by, it'll be more and more and more sort of like hand in hand and work. But initially, it's sort of like, all right, so I'm in a band, and now I'm trying to do business, and you just like, that wasn't the best idea we ever had. But like, fingers crossed it'll all work out.
How do you found it sort of fit in with the rest of Sunderland? Because obviously there's not that many sort of artisan type coffee places in Sunderland. No offence, Becky, but like, have you found there's been sort of a big take up for it? Like people sort of accepted it the way you want?
It's a fine line because you got to think. To what point do you try and educate people about coffee and show them coffees that they've never seen before, or get them to taste espressos maybe they've never had one, and then
we always set out not to be patronising or like not to be sort of pretentious in our approach, and you have to like constantly remind yourself of that, because the worry is that you're going to just like think everyone cares about coffee, or think that actually like have the time to listen to you chat breeze at them, you know what I mean? Like, oh, what did you think of the coffee? And most people are just like, it worked, so like get off your high horse. So
because when we originally opened, we didn't want to do any syrups, we just wanted to do pure coffee, but the amount of people who ask for it, you just sort of have to go, oh, why not?
Yeah,
I'm not
like
going to stick to my guns and go, no, you can't have that because coffee should be X.
I think like on a whole, like it's been a really, really good response, and like a lot of people welcome the fact that like it's not a chain, and that's a really important thing to a lot of people at the moment. I'm finding like throughout the UK there's like a resurgence of like Britishness and like not being like a corporate, like, you know what I mean,
small local
being different and sort of like, so we've noticed like quite a lot of attention from even like the public sector, like the civic centres just around the corner, and some people from there drop in, and like council workers and a lot of like local business owners come in So initially, like, the response has been really good.
Yeah.
And I think we just need to now tailor ourselves and get the word out there, basically.
How are the events you sort of booked in with it? I mean, started to play on words, you've been using all the titles, which is terrific.
Actually, us as well. That's what's annoying. I wish I did think of them. They've been good. Like, we only had our first film club last night. It was great.
Yeah,
We've had a few like on. Obviously, because Saturdays we were open from 8 a.m. till 8 p.m. We decided to like have some sort of purely vinyl DJing, and so we've got like one jazz and soul, one post punk that we've had on.
One lad's been doing like some more soul and funk sort of stuff. Yeah, they've been great. They sort of we're set out to do events, but not your stereotypical like either DJ set or like gig or something. So we really want to like work on what there was a gap in the market for.
Yeah.
So what wasn't being offered and what we could offer. So
You've also got to think that to make yourself stand out a bit more, you've got to think how much you can market your space as somewhere that's nice to sit in and be in, and just having different clubs and different things like that just gives more facets to the shop overall, really.
What have you got coming up?
we've got Deja Brew, which is one of the puns. That's a jazz and blues set by two fellas who are sort of like keen avid cyclists, and they come down quite regularly. Like we're quite bike friendly, by the way. But they come down like once a month on a Saturday and play just like their collection basically. Just give someone a taste of like, it's like a playlist, but it's actually on vinyl, and you can see someone sort of like bouncing off each other. And then we've got
the Writers Club.
The Writers Club starts up on the 5th of February, and that's led by a fella called Ian Rowan, who's a published author. He's done like novels and short stories in like crime fiction, I think he writes. But he's done like, recently had a blog that he did in 2012, published as a series of short stories. So it's quite like sort of interesting fella, and he's really, really like passionate about it. So
You're gonna do it?
I'm actually going to do it, but only because like no one else might.
I can't wait to read your writing, actually.
I know. It'll be ridiculously bad. And then we've got a book club starting as well, and that's coming up on I believe the 19th.
Yeah, mid February's.
Yeah, and obviously the film club, Lamplight Film Club, will be going on again on the 26th. Yeah.
See online.
Last Wednesday of every month. Basically, we're going to try and do it every Wednesday. There's a club going on, so people can sort of like drop in on a Wednesday night and see what's happening.
The EP came out in November. That was your first proper EP?
Yeah.
You've had about 2-3 months now to let it sort of fester, yeah.
Is that the right word to use?
Is it?
Ferment.
Ferment. What do you think the reaction's been to it?
Positive on the whole.
I think we've had a really good reaction to the EP. It was a long time coming. Like, it was the first thing we'd really released since we'd started the band. So I think like a bit of anticipation, which was nice, and probably like we changed direction, which I think is quite natural for a band who've been going for a while. But that surprised quite a lot of people, because it's not really a folk EP. But on the whole, yeah, really good response. What?
I'm sorry. Just thought
Oh, go on. There's a story behind that.
It's
There's
because like,
something
I'm
behind
trying
that
to like go back to the question, but I've gone on a tangent. Slowly come back.
The response has been positive, mostly.
No, it has. But we still haven't promoted it as much as we'd like to. So we're sort of we're gonna go with it for another 4 or 5 months.
It took a long time to write, and it was a long time coming as well. So this period of time, it's only been a short space of time. I mean, it took 8 months to write, and it's only been out about 3.
Yeah.
So we're still sort of.
We've done like a video. Yeah. We've done one video for it, and we're gonna start to do some more gigs further afield, and we're gonna do another video. So
pulling ourselves together, basically.
We're basically gonna give it more of a sort of like. There's just going to be more to the EP than is currently out there, if you know what I mean. It's gonna have like visuals and gigs. That yeah, help.
Sounds good, Joe.
It's got you made the Enemy Buzz list playlist.
Yeah.
I don't know if is that considered good anymore. I haven't read the.
I think it is. Yeah.
Well, John Lennon was on the front cover, so I was sort of proud of that.
Well, we didn't anticipate.
I didn't know anything about it until we found
it
out.
happened, yeah.
Yeah.
Does that mean? I mean, does that mean anything to you to get that kind of recognition, or are you more sort of bothered with like what you guys think of it?
No, yeah, that was like a massive, like, as I said, shock, because like we sort of didn't think that would be possible.
I'm not particularly a massive NME reader anymore. I used to be when I was young, but it's nice to receive that sort of just pat on the back for something you've done, especially when we didn't seek it out. We didn't ring them up and ask to be in that magazine. It is nice to receive some sort of recognition for that, what you've done.
It's great. I really like it, and Ajmal's in there as well, so it was quite cool to be like in the same edition.
Actually, I listened to them.
Yeah. But yeah, there you go. Like I didn't even know there was a buzz band playlist of the
Well,
week.
that one, and we were played on some guy's Italian radio show as well a couple of weeks ago, and I mean I didn't expect that either, so I listened to all of them, and it was really good. I was trying to discern what he was saying in Italian, but
you can't speak
no,
Italian.
well, no, I can't speak Italian.
Well,
I can say
bellissimo.
latte and cafe and
I can say ciao.
What else did I have? Well, you've already mentioned the video because you filmed it in Time Out, didn't you?
It was which one?
Oh, that's
Little
Little Wonder video.
Yeah,
That's the newest one,
the
isn't
new
it?
one.
Yeah,
That was
that's not on the EP.
Blythe Pier.
Well, yeah, 'cause I thought it was an old song, but a
Yeah.
new video.
Yeah, it was just one of those sort of things where there was hiccups and stuff, and it doesn't come out when it should, but it was still like a really, really sort of good video. More like it's nice to put it out.
We
there.
normally, every video we've ever done, we've sort of been heavily involved with how it's shot, what the concept is, and this was one where we just sort of gave the work to somebody else the first time.
Yeah.
And just went, tell us what to do and we'll do it. And it was refreshing to do it that way, to be honest, because
Definitely.
I didn't have to worry about anything.
And also, like, it's someone else's, like, portrayal of your song. So
Yeah.
you're going to get, like, a more interesting outcome, or at least, like, a different outcome.
Yeah.
And we did the Nothing to You video as well,
Mhm.
which was in the Stevenson Works.
Yeah.
And that was with another filmmaker who we'd never worked with and wouldn't. It was our concept that time, so he was just helping us make it, which was quite nice, because it gave us sort of like he took care of the hard work, and we sort of got to be really creative.
We got the fun part of that.
Yeah.
The video was like, we shot it 8 times from start to finish. So when you see us running around, it's like the 7th time, I think.
Aye.
in
No,
that video. Is it that the last take? Yeah.
It's the last take.
So we basically got the fun of that video, and Andy, the director of that video, basically had to do all the hard work of organising it and setting marks.
Last one is just you're playing the Green Room's second birthday or third birthday?
Second.
Second.
What's the first?
We've used it for the last 2 Stock and Collins,
Oh, right.
so it must be at least 2 years old.
Yeah.
You
Yeah, in terms of like gigs coming up and plans and that, we've got the Green Room second birthday bash, I think it's called, and that's in Stockton at the Green Room, part of Georgian Theatre, on the 26th of March, I think, and that's like
Good with the date.
yeah, I know, it's because we need to be there, mate. But yeah, that's we've been there like a couple of times and played gigs, so it was nice to get asked to like do a headline slot, because we've never headlined Stockton yet, but
Yeah.
it's a great place for music, and
I love playing
they
that.
like us, so
Yeah.
hopefully we'll be
We
alright.
haven't really planned what we're going to do for that gig, to be honest, because it's stripped back. So we should probably.
We don't
discuss
play
this.
enough strip back gigs.
Yeah, but I'd like to do it in
Yeah,
a
yeah.
different way to what we normally do.
It'll take some planning, but
Yeah.
looking forward. And then in terms of like for like longer than that, we sort of want to do some gigs outside of the region, try and like hit like
Just build on what we've already built
further
in the
north.
northeast.
Yeah,
Basically, is the plan for this year.
and more videos sort of in the pipeline, and potentially more music, but we don't really want to like sort of start writing music because we'll literally like put the EP to one side, and I don't think we should really.
I mean, yeah, the right,
just get
the writing, it never stops anyway. The writing, so it's just banking songs, but just focusing on what we've already done.
We've just got a new practice room, which doesn't
If
sound
you need to
exciting,
know.
but there's a scarcity of them. So
Yeah.
like for the last 2 months we haven't had a practice room. So like
Yeah.
as of like Monday we're going to be sort of getting into that
Routine
space.
of, yeah.
So hopefully we'll have things to talk about. So just posting pictures of ourselves all the time.